Example, they're showing you that we have product X, planning for product Z, and requested a part for another component. So in here, they're basically showing you the requirements for the different parts. This is a requirement for product X. This is X here. Requirements for product Z. This is Z, and requirements for the service of this product over here. So they're showing you that we have our periods across the top. Request for product X, in this case, in week 1 we have 10 ordered. In week 3 there's 10 ordered. In week 5 there's 19 ordered. Request for product Z, in week 1 there's 17 ordered, week 3 25 ordered, and so on. And the service, again, 30 in week 6 and 25 in week 8. So our gross requirements are 27, 35, 19, 45, and 25 in week 8. So net requirements equals gross requirements minus the projected available stock on hand and scheduled receipts, where gross receipts come from forecast orders and other demands. Now, you probably remember this from your level 2 course when you took operations management, because you would have completed these kinds of exercises. So this should hopefully be mostly just review for you. So our gross requirements then come down. So we have 27 product requirements for week 1. We have 35 for week 3. We have 19 for week 5, and 45 for week 6. 25 for week 8. Released orders, we're releasing 50 orders in week 1 and 50 orders in week 5. And as far as available stock on hand, we have 14 orders in play. So how does this calculation happen? Well, if we're looking at this one here, we have our gross requirements again across the top. Our scheduled receipts. Scheduled receipts are the products that are coming in at a particular time. So these are 50 units coming in week 3. And then our projected available is 140. So how this is read is basically you start with this 140 and you go 140 minus 40 is 100 minus 5 allocated leaves us, the 5 allocated shows up here, 5 allocated. So that leaves us with 95 units in period 1. In period 2, we're going from 95 units to we minus an order of 10 units. That leaves us with 85 units. And of course we have that plus 50 coming in, so the planned order releases is going to come in the week before because we have a 1 week lead time. So here's our 50 coming in from 1 week lead time, shows here scheduled receipts. That gives us 105 as our current amount in week 3. Then in week 3, again, we have another order of 50. That leaves us with 55. We have, of course, another scheduled receipt of 50. And that 50 leaves us with 55. Net requirement is 50 minus 55 leaves you 3. We have a planned order for 50, but we don't have the order in yet. That leaves us with an order for, an order for our week 6 is our 55. This 55 minus our 20 leaves us with 35. And then, of course, we have the 35 minus the safety stock of 5 units. That brings us down to our, I keep losing my pointer, 50 units. And the safety stock here it drives 3 orders. So we have 3 orders completed. That brings us up to our 55 units. And then lastly, we have 55. We minus an order of 40, and it leaves us with 15. So that's the calculation that we use to do net requirements. It's gross requirements minus the projected available. We'll do an actual exercise in class on this, so you'll get a chance to play with it and work that out. So intro to your lab 1. In lab 1, you're going to create a forecast for a product group. The product groups, of course, are the NRG A bars, which is F100, and the NRG B bars, which is F110. Our projections for the forecast for NRG A bars is going to be 70% of sales, and the F110 or G bars is going to be 30% of sales. The lab overview, first we're going to create the product group, then you're going to create the sales and operations plan for that product group. This will drive the rough capacity plan. You'll finally create the forecast using the historical values. If your database has history, we're not sure this database may or may not have history. If not, we'll just fudge the values in class, and then we'll add values as shown in the lab to create some actual fake data so that you have some data to play with. So that completes our lab for today, and let's get started.